Out of all the tank destroyers built during World War II, I think Germany had the smartest ideas behind their designs. The biggest brain idea was that they just got their pre-existing tank hulls, let's say like the Panther II, the Tiger P, and then they literally just turned them into tank destroyers. So the Panther II got turned into the Panther II. The Panther is obviously just a Panther hull. Even the Tiger was turned into a Sturmtiger. Tiger P was turned into a Ferdinand. It was a very smart way to save materials. Even the Tiger 8.8, I might be wrong, but I think it's just a Tiger II hull, which then had a gun mounted on it. It's a pretty smart idea behind it, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about what are those adaptations known as the Panther II. This is a vehicle that I haven't ever made a full review on. I've made a review kind of talking about it versus the Ferdinand, but I've never really talked about it all on its own. So I thought, you know what, in today's video, let's talk about this vehicle, what makes it an incredibly strong tank, and why you should be very worried about it if it's on the enemy battlefield and the player knows what he's doing. Now, the Panther II has an incredible gun. It has a 12.8 centimeter with pretty meh dispersion, 0.317, but its DPM at 3018 is insane. That means that you're never going to worry about being out DPM'd, even in tier 8. You've got fantastic standard pen at 246, and the premium is 311. And by the way, I am not running calibrated shells. This is with gun rammer, so it's got very, very good penetration. The average damage per shot is the same as every other 12.8 at 460 on the standard, and a whopping 600 on the high explosive. So this gun is accurate, it's got great DPM and fantastic penetration with some very high alpha. It really has no downsides on that aspect. When it comes to gun depression, yeah, that's not great. It only has 6 degrees, but mobility wise, the tank's able to reach a top speed upwards of 50 kilometers per hour and an average speed of 31, and that's because obviously it's based off of the Panther II. So it has the same engine, just a different hull. Now, when we take a look at the armor profile, it's also very weird on the armor. Just like the Cryos, the hull is incredibly weak. The upper plate's about 170. Like, sure, if you angle it really steep, you can get some bounces on it, but for the most part, you don't get bounces on the front of a Panther hull. You more get bounces on the superstructure. If you are able to use your gun depression and hide this upper plate and just show the superstructure, I mean, even with heat shells from an IS-6, which has over 297 millimeters of heat pen, you can't pen it. I mean, that's 367 thick. Just to put in your minds how thick that is, if we go up to tier 10 and we get an object 260, it still, with calibrated on, cannot penetrate through the Panther. So it is pretty impressive how thick this hull is. Even on flat ground, it's still upwards of 292. So yeah, the Panther II is quite impressive on the armor, and that is definitely one thing that helps it in certain situations. Unfortunately, that bar of armor is obviously much smaller than the actual lower plate and upper plate combined, so you still do expose a lot of the hull when you are trying to shoot enemy opponents. So let's get into some gameplay here. Let's start off with my dead rail battle. This is only a 2-minute and 31-second game, which is obviously a very, very short battle. But because this thing has such a ridiculous amount of DPM, you're going to see we're going to easily break 3,000 damage in this battle. You're also going to see me get very annoyed in the beginning of this battle when aiming at the enemy E75. So here we are, using that fantastic mobility, making my way over to the famous dead rail bush. I absolutely love this position. It lets you get some very, very deadly shots out on the enemy. Even if the enemy knows you're going to be here, you still get really, really deadly opportunities out. So there you go, E75. And it goes under his tank. Okay. One time I was like, okay, whatever. It was one shell. I'll let it slide. So here we go, aiming in the second shell on the E75's lower plate. There you go. Nice shot. 476. You're going to see now I plop on my adrenaline. You could also see that fantastic 246 pen. Here we go, aiming in another shell. And oh my god! It did it again. So that was a lot of hit points we lost that we could have dealt extra in this battle because of that. But thankfully, the third shell does connect, and we are able to clear him. So at least that is a bit of an advantage there. Now we've got the AMX 5100, and kaboom, a nice shell into his vehicle, taking a pretty decent chunk off. So not bad on that aspect either, but uh-oh, I just lost a lot of health on the side of my vehicle. We had a T-54, a CDC, and I don't even know what the other one was. Maybe a T-54 lightweight hit me, but yep, there's the HE Alpha, ladies and gentlemen. 600 damage. That kind of made up for, I guess, the misses on the E75. So again, you can clearly see where this gun is great. And when the shells do go where you want them to, I mean, again, the penetration is insane. We're already at 2,285 damage dealt this battle. And even though I'm very low health, I am not dead yet. So the final player I'm waiting to move is this T-54. They also have the T-54 lightweight still alive. But right now, I'm just waiting for this guy. The lightweight's in mid. I mean, I might be able to get a shell into him. He's sitting there, but no, it's really not worth my time. So I'm just still aiming in on this enemy T-54. I'm hoping that this guy either moves forward or does something, and there you go. Beautiful. Drives right into my shell. That's an extra 413 damage. But are we going to be able to get one more shell out while I'm reloading, using that great DPM, and fire? Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Two beautiful shots. I guess those also made up for the E75 shells. But there you go. That was a 3,196 damage battle in the Jpanther 2. And, I mean, sure, we got completely butchered when we got detected, but that was pretty expected. The mediums flanked, and realistically, I'm very lucky that our heavies were even able to beat their heavies so quickly, because in a normal battle, if that E75 played with half a brain cell, that would have been a very quick loss and defeat, because the mediums would have flanked, I would have been killed, and that would have been the end of the battle. So that's just one of the downsides when it comes to bad teams. But here we are in battle numero dos. What do we have up against us? Well, we have an ML1, M30, we got a 54 lightweight, so some pretty deadly tanks. I was thinking about, okay, which way do I want to push the Jpanther 2? Now, my team appears to not be going towards B and C. So I made a quick decision, yeah, I'm not going to go this side, even though it would work well hull down because I could use my superstructure. I also realized that it would be an absolutely terrible idea to expose my tank to the elements, especially when I'm the only one going. So instead, I'm going to push over this way, again, using that good mobility, try and get in a position. Here we go, we got an AIM XM4. Kaboom! There you go, didn't even aim it in, but it still connected right into the enemy tank. And that's a nice roll, 509. As you can see, the alpha's great. The penetration, I mean, it's literally no trouble whatsoever. So right now, I was trying to think, okay, what do I want to do? I could try and poke, but if I poke, I'm probably going to get hit by that Emil. And I am a tank destroyer, so that's a fourth of my health gone already. That's really not a great idea, nor is it feasible. So instead, I'm going to try and use my superstructure. We're going to drive up here. Boom, there you go, nice shot. Already 225 blocked. And now we're going to reload again. Now, at this point of view, as I said, the enemy can only see my superstructure. So I'm in a very nice position. Nice shell into the Emil, but oh boy, what is that? A T-54 lightweight came up behind me. Okay, dude, okay, you want to play with me? I'll let you see what that's like. So now I'm going to make my way over to this lightweight. Speed is key. This is where that mobility is fantastic. Using that acceleration, getting up to that 50 kilometer per hour top speed, and rolling around this corner. This lightweight is probably not expecting this. Oh boy, 480 damage there. And because this is a Panther 2, it's quite a heavy tank. That was a 257 damage ram there. And, yeah, there with the lightweight. Now we're sitting at 2,378 damage dealt. That's pretty good. We got the Emil over here, aiming and fire. Oh, it just goes right into the dirt. That's unfortunate. But at least we tried. I mean, I can't knock that, right? We get lit on fire by the T-28 prototype who's running the stock gun. Figured I might as well just clear that SU-152. So there you go. He's taken out. And now we got the T-28 proto, the Emil 1, and really not much left. So we're just going to aim in. What are we going to do here? Well, maybe. Yeah, beautiful. 402 damage. I was getting some pretty lucky shells this game. We're already sitting at 3,000 damage because of the massive ram we got on that lightweight. Unfortunately, I cannot land a shell onto that Emil 1. And you're also going to see me get gamered on in a moment here. I think the M30 or something shoots me in the side, which absolutely sucks. HE shell into the side of that AMX. You'll notice the on-movement dispersion's not great on this vehicle, but yeah, there's the M30. He shoots me for quite a big chunk of my health. The Emil 1 thankfully misses me. I was like, please don't kill me, please don't kill me. But we're already over 3,000 damage. This is a pretty good game for this tank, and it lets you see again where the DPM can be great. I mean, I really like this vehicle. Batchat Begins, a close friend of mine, absolutely loves this tank, and if you can get it in a workable situation, it does feel great. Now, I pull around this corner, and, okay, I guess my 246 pen hit right on the upper plate of that Emil, even though I really wasn't trying to hit it, but thankfully, the second shell does not go there. Hits him in the side for 486, and with that, we're at 3,500 damage dealt at this point. Now, there's not much to really show you. I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit until this M30 does get spotted. I wanted to get a big farm on this guy. I mean, if I had more health, oh my, it would have been a glorious, glorious farm. But I figured he's going to turn, he's going to shoot, so I might as well get a shot in. And there you go, 3,994 damage for the finishing battle in this tank. Not bad. I mean, we could have dealt over 5,000 maybe damage in this game if we had been able to farm that Yo out easily with our ridiculous DPM. But unfortunately, because that Yo hit me earlier, we kind of bled. So yeah, not a bad game, and you can clearly see the Jagdpanther 2 is a very, very nice vehicle. I've had a couple people question me about this tank. Is it worth it to get? Grind for the Jagdpanzer 100, which is better. I like the Ferdinand personally better, but I do think the Jagdpanther is a better tank overall. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. But other than that, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye!